guys, here we are at Atlanta Motor Speedway for part 2 of one of my craziest races, if not my craziest race ever. So if you haven't seen part 1, make sure to watch that before watching part 2, but we're just going to pick up where we left off. So in part 1, we had started the race from pit road and we lost the pack, and we basically had a 65 green flag run. We ended up getting lapped early, and we had a lot of internet issues. Cars kept blinking around us, the leaders almost wrecked us as we couldn't really see them as they were lapping us, and then there was a wreck around halfway, and now you can see we're pitting here just to try to get our lap back. Hopefully we're getting the lucky dog. However, once we exit our pits here, you'll notice that we're near the back of the pack, and apparently some of the guys that got wrecked in that caution early on, they got the lucky dog instead of us, so now we're at the end of the pack and we're still one lap down. So we'll see how we have to recover from this, but I would say this restart is another example of our internet issues, so enjoy. So you could see that they're still blinking throughout like this first lap, and while it's not much, just being a few tenths away and having that blinking means that it's not detecting the cars in front of us, so we're not getting their draft. So we end up falling off this pack here, and if we just skip a few laps forward, another car falls off the pack here, and it's this 31 car, or let's see if we can find it, there we go, 31 car. So he falls back to us, that way we'll be able to pair up together, and I swear this car was our saving grace in this race. The fact we were able to get better laps, like we were getting like, I don't know, if we go back to like lap 70 or something, like the late 60s or 70s, we were getting like high 31s, and once we started joining back up with him, we started to get low or high 30s, so we saved almost like half a second to a full second per lap time working with him. However, if we skip a few laps forward, you can see he didn't want to be pushed. He wanted us to push. He wanted to push us instead. And this would have been fine, assuming that our Wi-Fi was good, but we still had internet issues. As you can see, he's blinking. And as we come out of 4 here, we can't see where he is. We don't know what's going on, and all of a sudden, he's inside of us, and this is the scariest thing. We don't know what's going to happen. So these internet issues were just so scary because it was like I didn't know when guys were disappearing, but let's just see that from my on board just so you can see. He's behind me coming out of 4, and then all of a sudden you can see him up here right inside of us. So I don't know if he's gonna want to continue pushing me, if he's gonna continue coming inside of me or something. So that's just a bit weird and a bit scary. So we're still a lap down. Look how far off we are from the pack. They're basically exiting 2, and we're entering 1. So we're a little under half a lap behind like the leaders, and that was just the tail end of the pack. So just skipping like 10 laps forward now. Our lap times are basically like low 31s. Let's see what the leaders are getting. They're also getting like low 31s. So we're actually matching them now that we're in a 2-car pack. So this has really saved us. But if we just skip forward like a few more laps here, we finally caught another car. And if we just ride on board as we let's just skip one more lap here. So we're starting lap 91, just about 40 laps to go. And this is what I see as we enter turn 1. You can see they were totally gone the whole backstretch, and last I saw, they were like 2 car lengths ahead of us, and if we just skip to, and see, I can't even skip to them because they don't exist. I can't even change cars. If I just skip a bit forward, I'm basically inside his rear bumper, and I don't know if we can just look at like a gearbox. You can see that's what I was in. This is not a good thing because I just don't know what's going to happen when I reappear. Luckily, again, when they do reappear, there hasn't been any wrecks so far. But speaking of wrecks, as we go into turn 1 here, uh, Again, they're just blinking like crazy, and then you can see we slow down. There's puffs of smoke, but I can't even tell what happened here. Apparently there was a caution, so we're able to catch back up to the pack. You can see there's the pace car just coming out of 2 there. So it's just been a big mess, but finally we can get the wave around here. I don't think we'll get the lucky dog, but everyone's basically going to pit through here, skipping a few laps forward. Look at all these guys getting the wave around. So that's basically what, like 30th, 29th, 28th, 27th, 26th. So there was like 25 guys on the lead lap. So now 6 of us get the wave around, and we're back on the lead lap. But once again, we have this restart, and we already know how these restarts have gone, where everyone blinks when we're all around them. You can see they're blinking already right now. So let's see this restart. You can see they're all gone now, so that's not good. They're blinking back and forth into turn 1, and just that bit of blinking, when you're at the lowest speed possible, you need to be right on them, and now we're already falling off half a second. It's just, I don't know what happens when we're around a lot of cars. It just always seems to be at its worst, my internet, so definitely need to get that fixed. That has been the problem like this whole race so far. But let's just skip forward a few more laps. You can see this 31 starting to fall off the pack again for some reason. So once again, we have to go on the radio and ask for him to try to fall back to catch us. And skipping a few more laps forward, he does fall back, and now we can work together once again. The bad news is because we got the waiver on that last stop, we weren't able to pit. So we're actually like a few laps short on fuel here. So you can see that we're leading this 2-car pack, but I'm staying full throttle here, which is not good. That means I'm not saving fuel at all. So 25 laps to go, about 22 and a half laps of fuel, and I don't know what the best case is right now. This is just, I need something to happen. I need a caution. I need to either being the guy behind him. So a few laps, I let him go by, and now I can finally save fuel behind him. But just skipping forward a few more laps, let's just see, as we come to 15 to go here, crossing the line, we just go to blimp view. Look how far behind we are from the lead pack. So we're coming out of turn 2 here, leaders exiting out of 1, or literally, like we're entering 3 right now, they're exiting 2. We're basically a straightaway away from being lapped. And I mean, if we get lapped with 10 to go, there's basically no chance of recovering this. So we're really praying for something to happen. We only have about, like, I don't know, about maybe 12 laps of fuel left. So I'm just going to ride on board with the leaders here, see what is going on back here. Just going to skip forward a little bit. And there's a big wreck in the back. You can see them still blinking because my internet can't even really tell what happened in the wreck. But it looks like if we just go into chase view, what happened was there were cars weaving up ahead, and then some guy got on the wall, caused a big checkup, and then the 6 slowed down. The 16 tried to check up for him, and like the 21 didn't see him, hit the 16 near the wall, 21 got collected, then the 2 wrecked. So that's a big wreck, under 10 laps to go. And look how close we are from being lapped. We're coming out of 4 here. They're into middle of 3, so we get saved. I can finally pit now with under 10 to go. I can get my fuel back. I was so close to running out of fuel. We catch up to the pack here. We pit for fuel, and now we have a chance to actually battle on the lead lap with fresh tires, good for fuel. And I mean, this is a good and bad thing. We still have all our internet issues. We don't know if this restart's going to be good at all. We're starting way back here in 20th with 6 to go. So, as we come to the restart, I'm just gonna shut up and you can watch what this looks like. I feel that we maybe got our internet issue solved. I don't exactly know if that's the case, but I feel that it got a bit better near the end. So I'll just let you know it. If there's internet issues and we wreck people, I don't care. We've made it this far. We need to go for it. So here we go. And there's a huge wreck, and we survived the wreck. You gotta see that from my on board here. This was freaking crazy. I don't know how I survived that, but all I saw was it looked like this 8 car was getting a bit sideways here. They were going like 3 or 4 wide. It looks like they're maybe 4 wide here, and maybe a bit of net code there. As the 27 hit the 8, and the 8 tried to correct, got into the 7, and then turned back into the field, got into the wall. And look how close this was from me getting collected. This 19 car. Uh, Sliding down the track, trying to avoid any contact, almost turns into me, turns into the 14, collects him, and they ram into the wall. And man, and after that, you can see some cars coming down the track that almost collect me after that too. I mean, this this was so close. You can see the cars bouncing off the wall, the 22 coming down the track, then I hit the 26, almost spin out. But somehow I survived that and see cars blinking now that the caution came out, so got a bit lucky with that. But now we're about to restart. It's going to be the first green, white checkered. Got 2 laps to go, and I'm going to save this final restart, or at least one of the first 3 green, white checkers for part 3. So if you want to check out how this race finishes, make sure to check out part 3. But it's definitely been pretty hectic. Almost running the whole race 1 lap down. Internet issues, finally back in the lead lap, and somehow we're almost in the top 10 here. So if you want to see how this race finishes, make sure to check it out. But yeah, definitely one of the most crazy races I've ever been in. So hope to see you over in part 3.